Good morning. Good morning. All right, let's start filling this one. About 2,000 street deals in that truck for the crop. Oh, that's pouring out. What a pretty dry, lovely dry day. Beautiful. Pretty the old dry pickle's pretty dusty. There we go. Well, we're all loaded up. I got a bit of spraying to do. I don't know. It's sort of a, do I do it now or do it later? I suppose I'll do it later. Very good. We got our first blockage of the morning. That one was blocked last night, and now this one. What the hell goes there? A bit of bloody crap in there. Bloody hell. At least it's only a fert line, not a seed one. It's stone. I'll have to pick up a stone somewhere. Bloody one, like a best I reckon. Okay, I reckon it's a bloody one. I don't know, it's stone. No, it's like a best I or old urea or something. They've gone through the filter, the screen to the top. Oh my god. Dust and SLA is an interesting combination, a bit like the old carbon powder I used to add to it years ago. That would gum up. I don't know how this stuff would go if it was really wet. Might be okay, maybe not. I better just swoosh that out so you don't have a dead spot. But seed seems to be running. At least with the urea it's easy to see. Grain is going okay. You're all running okay? You okay? So you can see with this system, we got the wheat on the paired rows there, So cereals and canola come out these wings, then your fert comes out the middle one and down there. So it's about it ends up being a sort of a fair bit of separation there, because you've got that depth there. So you get about nearly 40 or 50 mil of separation, which is good. So I'm only putting a little bit of fert out, putting about I think like 25% of the MAP carbon blend out with the grain, and the rest is being banded below it because it's dry. The toxicity could be a problem, and especially with germinating seeds. So that's the thought behind it anyway. Whether it makes that much difference, I don't know, because years ago it all went out the same tube. Not the urea, that was all pre-sown. So the idea of this system, you can do it all at once. But it is a pain in the ass because you've got more things to do at once. But on the flip side, you don't have to work your paddock as much. And I think once you get that system organised properly, it's not too bad. And I think the benefits outweigh the drawbacks. But I know a lot of people don't do it this way because it is a bit of a pain in the ass. It's sort of, you've got more things to load, more product and everything. But if you can do it, I think it is the best way to go. Putting about half, if we've already top dressed some SOA beforehand, then putting about half the urea and a bit more SOA, as described in the last video. The rest of the SOA application for the year down below the seed, and leaving the other half of the urea to top dress later on in crop. So years ago they used to say that banding it was the best solution, pre-drilling it was the second best solution, spreading it was the you do lose a bit to the atmosphere if we don't get enough rain, although there has been evidence to suggest that in a bulkier crop with a dense canopy that not much escapes because the leaves will suck up the volatilization. But with a growing crop, an early crop where you need a bit of urea and you don't have that bulk, you will lose a bit to the atmosphere. So that's the thoughts. It's sort of like anything, there's about a million ways to skin a cat. Well, maybe not a million, but maybe there's only 950,000. But at the end of the day, whatever suits you, what you like, and what you get on with. And so far, we've got on pretty well with this setup. This is the third year of this, so root boots. That's what these things are. And 4-inch paired rows on 8 3/4 inch spacing, which is a bit narrower than what they recommend, but I wanted the as much surface area covered as possible, so I like the narrower rows. Cover the ground with crop if you can, so they reckon that's the best, and you get a fair bit at 8 3/4 inch. You get good trash flow with this setup with the Horwood bag saw, or some say the horn bag show. So yeah, does the job. We hope anyway. Although what would be better would probably be an independent tine setup where you can set your depth independently of the frame, and then you don't have the variations which inevitably happen with such a setup as this. Ah yes, all the technicalities. Alright, enough of my crap here, so let's just get into it and get the job done. For crying out loud! Look at this garbage. Absolute bloody rubbish. You know, excellent. We're just getting these headlands done, so I like to do them last. Then you don't have any tracks over anything. It looks neat. Tidy it all up. So, and usually get it in about 3 widths. So, and that's pretty good too. So, all right, we hit. Or will we miss? Will it blend? It's going to miss. Just tight. She was tight. Very well. Misses as good as a mile. So finishing off this paddock. So we've got that about 13 acres there. It was 5.3 hectares we went ballista, and now we've got the scepter, which we've sown out there, and then just in this little bit here, this little 3 hectares that are left here. So we're just gonna, I guess, going as far as we can, then we're gonna fill up, well, as much as we can fill up, and move the tractor to the next paddock after we do some spraying probably. Well, another one nearly down. Getting it done. Getting it done. Then we got some work ahead of us. We're on the road. On the road. If only there was some rain in those, but lamentably I don't think there's going to be. I don't think there's much in there. After a cold breeze this morning, it's bloody quite warm now. This top is pretty dry, but there's moisture underneath. So I still think it's as good an opportunity as any to sow it while there's a little bit of moisture there. Otherwise we've got to wait for a decent rain, which might be ages away. So I think hammer down, as they say. Hammer down. More scepter. Liquid applicator going. Beautiful. That's pretty. Once again, shame there's no rain in it. She's pretty dry for this pre-emergent, but it's not. It looks bloody windier than it is, but it's really not that windy. Just bloody nuisance, but anyway, we'll try and. The idea is get this done so I can sow here tomorrow, because I'm putting the. There is a little stuff coming up now, so because I'm putting the knockdown out, you've got to give it about 6 hours, so I can't spray ahead just ahead of the seeder. It wants a little bit of time. A day is better, so. Give it about a day and then it should kill the stuff, so that's Roundup anyway. And you've got 3 days to get it sown with Secura, and Avadex you got a bit longer, so but it's a hell of a decent brew this is, but and I don't usually put as much try and do this block in one tank, but I am going to today just for time, and the fact that it's not a high water rate's not really required here means I should be able to get away with it. Hopefully I've got enough to finish it. Should do. Should do. Wow, that's pretty, isn't it? Well, we've just finished and we're pretty much out. So, wow, winning. We don't usually get it that close. Beautiful. Might just run a little bit of water through it so it's rinsed. So, while we're out here, just up and back, and that should be it, and then get seeding again. Look who's back. You're back. Yeah, back from a few days in town, a few days away, and Mum had a couple of things to do, so yeah. Hey, look who's back. Enjoying the seeding?
Yeah.
Yeah? That's good. Hey? You are? It's good. We're out here. Finally got a bit of a later start after that spraying. It's going to do we'll empty the cart out tonight. And, yes, Kate. Really? Oh, you want a drink out of that one? Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. That one's not as. I think your bottle's nicer, but your bottle's nicer. I'll give. I don't think there's much water in there either, but we'll do. Anyway, we're going to. We'll push on and get a bit done tonight, but probably load the fert up in the truck and come out tomorrow morning, get a good night's sleep, and get a proper early start. So. This working till sort of 2 or 3 in the morning, you can only do it for so long, so you do have to sleep eventually. I've got to go in this tree now, so talk to you later.